And then never use words like, what do you think? How do you feel? Don't go into that. Use what we call the fogging statement. Okay? It's called, how does that sound? How does that sound? Why? Because in the right brain, it understands concepts. In the left brain, it is black or white. So if you say, what do you think? Let's go back to the left brain. Let me think about this, right? But when you say, how does that sound? You still keep them in the right brain. Sound. Can that make sense? Am I C, F, D? What's my pitch? Does that make sense? It's not, it's what we call a fogging statement. So when you say, how did that sound? They're either going to say, yeah, it sounds great, or no, it doesn't sound good. Okay? Usually they won't say doesn't sound good, they'll just not respond, because it's harder to respond to a question like that. How does that sound? So what they do is, they just pause, and they'll come up with another objection. Okay? And you do the same thing. Tom, I totally understand how you're uncertain, or you're concerned, or you're angry about something that happened. However, and figure out, is it benefits or credibility? Okay? And then answer, however, right? How does that sound? Alright? And then they say, it sounds great. Then you say, the first step is to fill out this order form, or fill out this paperwork, or anything that you feel comfortable with. Okay? Alright? The first step is, because you need to be able to be decisive and guide them. You can't just leave them. Everybody wants to be sold, but they want to be sold by the person that they feel comfortable with. Because remember, they're afraid. They're afraid of what? They're afraid of the unknown. They don't know about any of this stuff. So it's up to you to hold hands. Make sense? So how does that sound? The first step is, right? And then the first step is, how does that sound? They say, it sounds great. Shut up. Don't say another word, because this is where a lot of people have a problem. They get so excited. Oh, wonderful, I get to, it's going to be great. You're going to love this product. And they start blabbering off about stuff. Don't do that. Just shut up. Grab your application. Pull it out. And you fill it out for them. Do not let them fill it out. Right. Say, okay, may I get your name? Okay, now all I need is a payment form. A credit card would be great. Guide them. Direct them. Be concise and authoritative. Alright? And you say, I'm sure this will help you. Okay? Or I'm sure this will help you with your business. I'm sure. They want to hear that. Right? Always have that. I'm sure this, our service will help you with your business. Or whatever they're like. I'm sure this business will help you with sales. I'm sure. Okay? Have to have that. They want confirmation. Now the confirmation that they're going to get from the belief system is through you guys. And if you guys can't be confident about it, hey, how do you expect to make a sale? Okay? I'm sure this will help you. Alright? When you want them to sign, don't say sign here. Do not use the word S word. Say your autograph, please. Right over here. Okay? Don't use the word sign. The sign represents commitment, and towards that last end, when they're going to give you their autograph, it could be a deal breaker, and you might have to start all over again. So we don't want that, do we? So we want to lessen that chance. So you say, okay, wonderful. This is going to be great. Here you go, right here. All I need is your autograph. Or right over here. Your little X. Okay? However you want to use it. Make sense? It's quite simple in that aspect. And once you understand the components of the human mentality, you're just going to go in circles. Okay? Because when people give you objections, it is nothing more than fear. It is the unknown of the fear. And when they come to you, what they're saying is, hey, I want you to help me to feel more comfortable. All right? That they just, don't know how to do that. So they come up with, sometimes you get people angry at you. Just like angry at you for presenting them something good. And that's because they're in that primitive brain and they don't know what to do. Does that make sense? When you have that, you're in a great position. Never take it offensive. All right? And never go back and go, if the guy says, well, how long are you going to be there? Well, geez, we're in the stock market and we're not going to leave anywhere, blah, blah. You do that, you're done. You just lost the sale. I understand your concern. However, we're a public company. We're the first one to be in the social portal. It was the first social coupon. We're catering directly to help the small businesses populate, to help you, such as yourself, to increase your business. Because really, now I continue in stories, because stories keep them in the right brain. This economy has been so horrible, and our mission has been trying to provide, businesses like yourself. This is for you. Blah, blah, blah. Okay? Now, there's 3 types of people. Motivational factors. Okay? And this is all you need to know. We talk about, there's all these different things about sea urchins and animals and color codes and, NF, NSG. I have looked at all of that. That's all great stuff, and it's great. I even look at the Chinese astrology. It's fantastic. And you'll start understanding about human behavior, and once you learn that skill, you're done. You're extremely valuable if you learn how to utilize the sales techniques. Okay? Now, with this thing, 3 motivations of every individual. 1, immortality. There's people who are looking for immortality. What does that mean? Immortality people are control freak. They like to have control. They like to control their life. They're like coaches and teachers, organizers, people, presidents. Does that make sense? Okay? These people like to have control in their lives. For instance, health industry, For here, somebody wants to have control over their health. Right? So, some of you Sana associates out there, if you're talking to somebody who wants control, not only finances, but you also want to show them how they can get control from their health, etc. Make sense? Okay? So same thing. How can this business model help them to have more control in their life? Anybody think of anything right now? How our vehicle could help them to have more control? Yes?
Back office.
Okay, excellent. Okay. But the control is going to be bigger than that. It's not that minute. What's up?
They control, where the coupons are being sent to, and what market they're trying to actually reach to.
Okay. Those are micro controls. Let's talk about macro.
They control the deal itself. They control the deal itself.
Yes. Those are good stuff. This is what I'm looking for. Yes.
Controlling their whole marketing plan from the standpoint of being able to control all the facets of of letting people know what's out there.
Excellent. That's good.
Just to have more sales.
Yes. Here's the thing. I look bigger and beyond, because we understand the controlling component of that. But the motivational factor for them, if they're an immortality control person, I would approach it more like, well, with this business, you're able to create more sales, thus having more control over your life and your time. Because they want to be able to have control over their time in their life. Okay? We're able to populate so that through your advertising, you're able to save more money, cut out the middleman, thus having more control over a quality of life. You can also control the time that you spend on here. You can have more freedom. Does that make sense? So you need to understand the individual's motivation, because the motivation is going to make this person from less to more and make that decision making, which I like to call the X factor. Okay? Now, the second person, father figure. Father figure is somebody who wants security. Okay? They're the ones who, you know, a lot of times they're very more mild, docile people. They like to put money in CDs or money markets, kind of a thing. You know, they want to know, is this safe? Is this secure? Okay? They're the ones who are sometimes afraid of using credit cards online. You know, because we want to have, you know, safety. Okay? So for them, it is about safety. Our father figure. How can they have more quality of life or their motivation, safety, through our vehicle? Anybody can tell me? Anybody can share? How could you respond? Interactive, guys, is how we're going to learn.
Adding more like credibility with the company.
Sure, that's absolutely, that's a good one.
The fact that we're, you know, publicly traded.
Sure, sure.
Regulated by the SEC.
Sure, sure.
Pretty
That's,
nice.
Absolutely. What else?
That if they sign up, you know, in the first couple of months, that there will be no other types of, you know, billing.
Okay. See, out of every, you're getting more on the track. It's about the individual, how they could have more safety through the services that we offer. Okay? So yes, it's more towards the quality of life that they're doing. Yeah, they don't have to pay anymore after this. We're in the stock market, that's going to help, you know? We're not a fly-by-night company. We're a technology company. We already have several technology and patents already out there. Right? How do I know this is going to work? Well, look. $5.99. You're really paying $400 for unlimited uses of advertising. You know? So you're bringing it out and making it sure, like, hey, okay, I got it. This goes back to part of the value. Remember I was saying value? So when I say value, meaning the value to the individual. Make sense? That's why you have to understand who you're presenting it to. And create that value for them. And if you know, the third one, okay, I'll come back to that. Third one, justice. Okay? Justice people, what they're looking for is efficiency. Efficiency. What is the characteristics of something justice? And I use the word justice because they're the ones who complain a lot about things that are not fair in this world. Okay? You ever know people like that? They tend to kind of, you know, it's almost like whining, kind of complain. They complain a lot. You know, this is not right. Look at that. Okay? Those people want justice. They want efficiency. So, how can they use our services and products to have efficiency?
It coincides with the anchor element, because what you're looking at is somebody who's already been in business,
Yes.
been paying other forms of advertising, and that's probably a good lead in from the standpoint of saying, well, what have you been using as advertising? How much have you been paying? What was your ROI on that? So what happens is you get them to go to that feeling and get angry about that, then you have a solution by offering the service of what you're...
Yeah, you know, exactly. There's a justice people who can tell us what is efficient about us. Well, how can they get more efficiency out of using our service, specifically?